Hi guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. It's Sunshine Lorena and I'm going to be taking you through some of my anticipated releases for April. So guys, another month has gone by and yes, I'm going to be telling you the books coming out in April that have caught my eye, I'm excited about. Again, there are quite a bit of thrillers and there's actually more romances this month. It's about half and half. Because you know, I love a good thriller, but when it comes to spring, I don't know, those romances are creeping in and catching my eye. So yeah, I'm gonna take you through all of them. So let's just get into the first one that I have on my list, and that is The Cove by Alice Clark Platts. And this one is going to be published on the 14th of April, and it is a thriller. I first of all love this cover, guys. Like, I don't know, it's just giving me more kind of springy, summery thriller vibes. So I'll just let you know the synopsis. So it's the perfect escape until there is no escape. Welcome to Turtle Cove. A luxury resort surrounded by pristine sea and the dense beauty of the jungle is the perfect escape from the stresses of life and work. For couple Lou and Adam, Eliza and Noah, a few days spent relaxing on the beach while their kids are happily distracted is exactly what they need. But appearances can be deceiving. There is a strange tension brewing at the resort, with relations between the hotel and the locals threatening to spill over into violence. This is nothing though compared to the strange atmosphere between the two families. They haven't been friends for long and they're starting to realise they don't really know each other at all. Except one of them. One of them knows another very well and they have a score to settle. So yeah, it sounds amazing. Like I said, springy, summery thrillers vibes. So it is perfect for this time of year. I have got it from NetGalley, so I will be reading it and I cannot wait to get to it. The second one on my list is The Bad Sister by J.A. Corrigan, and this is coming out on the 21st of April. And again, it's another thriller. We do love the thrillers, guys, as you know. So again, I've got this from NetGalley, so I will be reading this and I'm excited to get to it. The synopsis of this one. One rotten apple can spoil the bunch. The Kane sisters grew up together at Raven House, a luxurious riverside home that their mother inherited. On the day of a party at the house, tension fills the air as Jess, Natalie and Teresa all feel the exposure of things they're desperate to hide. The beautiful evening is marred by tragedy and a celebration turns into a nightmare when a young life is lost. It is a haunting reminder of a shocking event 5 years earlier. As guests eye their companions with suspicion, it is the family who have the most to hide. They turn on one another with breathtaking malice and irrevocable consequences. Years later, the sisters are barely hanging on to the scraps of their relationship as another family celebration looms. Long-held secrets come rushing to the surface, but someone's determined that the past will stay dead and buried and will stop at nothing to prevent their mistakes being uncovered. Which sister has the most to hide? A secret that they would kill to keep? So yes, that is a synopsis. I love when thrillers take place next to lakes. I don't know why, but I just love the concept of that. And yeah, it sounds interesting. And unfortunately, it comes out before Spring Fling O'Ween, otherwise I could have used it for like the book with the yellow or pink on the cover. But unfortunately it comes out before, so I need to read it before for my NetGalley. But yeah, it sounds fun. I cannot wait to get to it. The next one on this list is a romance, guys, and that is We'll Always Have Venice by Leonie Mack, and this is coming out on the 20th of April. Again, I've got this one on from NetGalley as an arc to read. I can't wait to get to it. I do enjoy, as you know, I do enjoy a romance every now and again. Quite a few years ago I went through this stage of like reading these kind of destination romances, like taking place in Italy or Spain, like, you know, and I think it's just perfect for this time of year because, you know, spring, you start to think of like summery things, good weather, and one sit in Venice definitely makes me think of that. So this one, the synopsis: who can resist the romance of Venice? When Nora arrives in Venice for a 10-week internship, she is surprised to discover that her guide for her work trips around the lagoon is the undeniably gorgeous and kind Gianluca. She can't help thinking he might be too good to be true, with his endless fascinating local stories and his infectious laugh. Nora is still bitter after an accident left her with a serious injury and also meant the end of her long-term relationship. And besides, she's serious about her career and that means leaving Venice at the end of summer. Gianluca has had a summer fling before that led to a heartache for him and he won't do it again. He enjoys the long hours out on the lagoon with Nora, but after a storm strands them on a picture-perfect island for a night, they agree they should just be good friends for the summer. But life doesn't always go to plan, and when it's time for Nora to go, they've had to decide what they have between them. Is it really just a friendship and not something more? So yes, I'm super intrigued. I love Venice. I have been a couple of times and I absolutely love Venice. So I'm just gonna love the set. In fact, it's also set as a summer internship, so it's gonna be summer. So it's, yeah, I'm already feeling summer vibes even though we're just in spring, but it's been so sunny and nice here that yes, I cannot wait to get this one, guys. So the next one on my list is Nanny Needed, and that is by Georgina Cross. This is coming out on the 28th of April. And you guessed it, guys, it's a thriller. It's another thriller. So the synopsis of this one: Nanny Needed, 101 West 78th Street. Call for interview 212-555-0122. Paid weekly. Discretion is of the utmost importance. Special conditions apply. When Sarah Larson answers the Birds family's advertisement, her life changes overnight. The job seems like a dream come true, nannying in a glamorous penthouse apartment with a salary that adds several zeros to her current income. Sarah signs an NDA without a second thought. These are important people after all. They can't be too careful about who they let into their home. But all too soon she realises there's something very strange about the Bird family. I love thrillers that do have like nannies in the home and like the weird things that go on. I also love the fact that the ones that have job descriptions set up that are clearly suspect, but the person just goes along with it and you know it's going to be a complete disaster. Yeah, I absolutely love those kind of themes. This sounds right up my street. Yes, I love the suspect job description, and we all know it's going to go terribly wrong, because why else would you sign an NDA, which is a non-disclosure agreement? Because clearly she can't talks about what happens in this home then. So you know that there's something suspect. There is something suspect that's going to happen in this one. Okay, and the next one is another thriller, guys, and that is Into the Dark by Fiona Cummings, and this is coming out on the 14th of April. So yeah, let's just hop in straight into that synopsis. So the place. Sea Wings, a beautiful Art Deco home overlooking the sweep of the bay in the Midtown-on-Sea. The crime. The Gilded Holden family, Piper and Gary and their two teenage children, Reva and Archie, has vanished from the house without a trace. The detective, D.S. Saul, Anguish, brilliant but with a dark past, treads the narrow line between light and shade. One late autumn morning, Piper's best friend arrives at Seawigs to discover an eerie scene. The kettle is still warm. All the family's phones are charging on the worktop. The cars are in the garage, but the house is deserted. In 15-year-old Reva Holden's bedroom, scrawled across the mirror in blood are 3 words: make them stop. What happens next? Yeah, love that synopsis, guys. I love how when it opens, like, you literally have no idea what's going on, what's going into this one. Also, again, it's around the sea, which, you know, this time of year I'm feeling the sea springy vibes, so this sounds perfect, and yeah, this sounds like a great thriller. Okay, and the next one is another thriller, guys, and that is The Housemaid by Frida McFadden, and this is coming out on the 26th of April. So, welcome to the family. Nina Winchester says as she shakes her elegant manicured hand. I smile politely, gazing around the marble hallway. Working here is my last chance to start out fresh. I can pretend to be whoever I like, but I'll soon learn that the Winchesters' secrets are far more dangerous than my own. Every day I clean the Winchesters' beautiful house, top to bottom. I collect their daughter from school, and I cook a delicious meal for the whole family before heading up to eat alone in my tiny room on the top floor. I try to ignore how Nina makes a mess just to watch me clean it up. How she tells strange lies of her own daughter, and how her husband Andrew seems more broken every day. But as I look into Andrew's handsome brown eyes, so full of pain, and it's hard not to imagine and what it would be like to live Nina's life. The walk-in closet, the fancy car, the perfect husband. I only try on one of Nina's pristine white dresses once, just to see what it's like, but she soon finds out, and by the time I realise my attic bedroom door only locks from the outside, it's far too late. But I reassure myself, the Winchesters don't know who I really am. They don't know what I'm capable of. So this one sounds so good. It sounds like it's going to be another kind of like twisty thriller. And again, it's somebody who's working in the home, and clearly things are a bit suspect. Yeah, absolutely love the sound of that one. Love the ones taking place in families. And yeah, sounds amazing. Next one on my list is another romance, and that is Star Bright, and it's by Susanna Nix. And this is coming out on the 19th of April. And like I said, spring, feeling romance is a little bit more. So in this one, she's an A-list Hollywood starlet, he's a gossip reporter, sleeping with the enemy has never been sweeter. Kimberly Crest didn't get to be one of the hottest young actresses in Hollywood without learning how to protect herself. Rule number 1, don't show weakness. Ever, especially not in front of the press. So when a sleazy tabloid reporter comes upon her during a vulnerable moment, the last thing she expects is kindness. Sexy, charming and surprisingly thoughtful, Spencer Devlin isn't all who Kimberly thought he was. After a fateful encounter, she can't seem to stay away from him even though she knows she should. Spencer never expected to share an unlikely connection with the spoiled starlet who hates his guts. With the face of a goddess and an attitude to match, Kimberly Crest is one ice queen he'd love to melt. Now she's gotten under his skin, he'll do anything to keep her in his life, or will he? So yeah, I love that synopsis. Like they're clearly like opposites, like they shouldn't like be together, because like he's a reporter, she is an actress, like it should spell disaster, and I am here for it, guys. I'm here for it. So the next one on this list is Someone to Love, and that is by Tracy Corbett. It is a romance novel that is coming out on the 14th of April. So it is hate at first sight for wedding planners. It's down to maid of honour Beth and best man Matt to plan a dream wedding for the absent bride and groom. Not only do they have to handle the bride's sky-high expectations and their respective dysfunctional families, they also have to deal with each other, and so far it's not going well. Firefighter Matt is too far laid back for Beth's liking, and Beth's need to arrive half an hour early for everything is driving Matt crazy. But over the weeks, the arguing and animosity morphs into something else that feels fun and flirty. With Beth's father parading his new, half his age girlfriend around, her mother set on revenge, Matt's family refusing to engage in the celebrations, and an added grandmother thrown into the mix. Is there any way Beth and Matt can make the wedding a success? So yes, I love enemies to lovers, so like they obviously hate each other to begin with, but it seems like things start to change in this one, and I do love that trope. So this sounds like super fun, again because it's around a wedding. It makes me feel like spring summertime, as most weddings seem to take place between spring and summer, so you know, it's giving me the seasonal vibes, this one. Last one on my list is A Part of Your World, and that's by Abby Jimenez, and it's coming out on the 19th of April. And this is another romance, and the last romance on this list, guys. So the synopsis of this one: after a wild bet, Alex Montgomery has had her world turned upside down. The cause, Daniel Grant, a ridiculously hot carpenter who's 10 years younger than her, and as casual as they come, the complete opposite of sophisticated city girl Alexis, and yet their chemistry is undeniable. While her ultra-wealthy parents want her to carry on the family legacy of world-renowned surgeons, Alexis doesn't need glory or fame. She's fine with being a mere ER doctor. And every minute she spends with Daniel and in the tight-knit town where he lives, she's discovering just what's really important. Yet letting the relationship become anything more than a short-term fling would mean turning her back on her family and giving up the opportunity to help thousands of people. Bringing Daniel into her world is impossible, and yet she can't just give up the joy she's found with him either. With so many differences between them, how can Alexis possibly choose between her world and his? I really like that synopsis. It sounds like it's going to be like she is going to have to do a lot of thinking. Does she go for the guy in the small town and give up like her chance to, like, I don't know, be like this world-class surgeon and like how and her family, or does she try and bring him into that situation? Which is, either way, I feel like, you know, people are going to be upset, but it sounds like it's going to be fun and enjoyable. And that's it. That's all the books that I have on my radar for April releases. Let me know, are these on your list, or is there any other ones coming in April that you think that I should know about? And yeah, comment, like, subscribe, and I hope you see the next one. Bye. Sorry, you can hear that siren, don't you? Let it go, let it go. Well, our ultra wealthy